All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power, and I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. We've got a lot of physique updates today. I think it's almost that time that I start making Olympia prediction videos, but that's going to be for another video. So the first physique update that we've got today, Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry posted this time a current physique update at 7 weeks out. So he posted that most muscular, almost the exact same picture as this one, a day or two ago, and that was a throwback most muscular. This is a recent one. This is 7 weeks out. And man, Brandon, he's looking dangerous. I love to see how much Brandon is posting. I think he's doing a great job for the fans. I think it's definitely building some excitement for the Olympia. And I've been impressed by every physique update that Brandon has posted. I mean, he looks good here. He looks like he's in shape. But I really want to start to see some of these other guys that are in the top lineup, like in the top 10. I want to see some of these other guys post some physique updates like Brandon is, so we can get kind of a benchmark for how Brandon is looking compared to these other guys, because we really don't know. I mean, we've seen a little bit from Bonac. We've seen a little bit from Rolly. We've seen a couple more glimpses of Hottie. We've seen a little bit more of Hottie than those other guys. We've seen like training glimpses of Dexter. We've seen very small glimpses of Phil, outdated glimpses of Phil. But we've seen a lot of Brandon, but we don't really have much to compare how Brandon is looking to these other guys. So let me jump over to the list one more time, and we'll go over the qualified competitor list for the Olympia. So when we talk about Brandon and these other guys, you guys have kind of an idea of who we're comparing them to. So in the 2020 Mr. Olympia lineup qualified, William Bonac, Rafael Brandau, Max Charles, Hadi Chupin, Brandon Curry, Nathan Diasha. And my understanding, again, is that Nathan is not doing the Olympia. And also, this updated point standings, or this updated qualified list, includes the top three from the point standings, so we don't need to look at points anymore. So Nathan Diasha, Regan Grimes, who came in from points, Phil Heath, James Hollingshead, who is about to compete at the British Grand Prix here in less than 2 weeks, Dexter Jackson, Hunter Labrada, Sung Chol Lee, Cedric McMillan, Juan Morel, Lucas Osladil, Justin Rodriguez, Antoine Vaillant, Ian Valle, Akeem Williams, and of course, Rolly the Beast Winkler. Also, I just noticed that this particular list does not have Big Rami's name on it, but he is doing the Olympia. Mamdoa Elsbaye is the name you're going to want to be looking for, but he is doing the Olympia. It's just not on this particular list that I found. So I'm excited to see Brandon get the first opportunity to really defend his title. He won it last year. This is his first chance to defend it. And he's got a lot of people coming for that crown. Phil Heath, obviously. Dexter Jackson is going to be dangerous. Like I said, Bonac, Rolly, Hottie. And then even after those names, you've got like 15 other guys. Rami. It's going to be a tough battle for Brandon to defend that title, but I think he's bringing his A game based on all the updates that we've seen. He's very confident. I think that's the key thing. I think Brandon wouldn't be posting so much if he wasn't extremely confident in how he's looking, so I think that is definitely a good thing. And I look forward to seeing him on that Olympia stage. Now, let's get into some more physique updates here. Regan Grimes posted a really good physique update where you get a really good idea of how he's looking ahead of the Romania Pro Show. Now, I wanted to talk about this for a second because in that interview that I talked about yesterday that Big Rami did on the Dragon Pharma YouTube channel, I think that Rami kind of mentioned that he was possibly considering doing the Romania show and qualifying for next year's Olympia. So I'm not really entirely sure about that. We know Regan's doing it. I don't know who all else is going to be jumping in the Romania lineup, but maybe Rami is going to be jumping in that show. I don't know that for sure, but it doesn't seem like it would be an unlikely idea. I mean, Big Rami obviously wanted to compete before the Olympia, kind of do, maybe you could call it a warm-up show when he was going to do the Europa Spain. And the Romania is still close, but it's far enough away that it would give him some time to focus exclusively on the Olympia, and then he could qualify for next year officially and not have to worry about the special invitation and shut it down after this Olympia for the next one. But anyway, back to Regan. I would say if Rami isn't doing this show, I couldn't imagine who would be there that's going to beat Regan. I mean, he definitely looks like he's going to be tighter than he was at the Spain show. I think that was his problem in Spain. He was just a little bit off with the conditioning, whether it was the travel, whether it was stress, or if he was just not ready. But now he's had, almost a month in between that show and this upcoming show, over a month, to tighten things up and bring a different package to the Romania show. So he's looking really impressive. He looks really dry here. And I think unless you see something crazy happen, like Big Rami or another big name jump in this lineup, I think you're going to see Regan get his qualification for next year's Mr. Olympia at this Romania show here in 2 or 3 weeks. Now, next up in Physique Update news, Patrick Moore with an off-season Physique Update. Now, Patrick, as you guys know, he is trying to put on a lot of size in this off-season. He's really trying to grow. That's the main improvement he's trying to make to his physique, so he's kind of taking us along with him on that journey to bring a bigger package when he does come back in 2020. And this is one of those things I'm optimistic about for Patrick. I'm optimistic about the ability of him to put on size and not sacrifice his small waist, not sacrifice his lines, not sacrifice the aesthetics, because I think his genetics are that strong, and you can kind of see that even in this off-season picture. You can tell he's gaining weight. You can tell he's putting on size, whether it's water or muscle or fat. You can tell he's getting bigger, but his waist is still staying small. I think that is really the key thing with Patrick is the structure of his physique. He would have to really overdo it, I think, to blow out his midsection and have a big waist. I think if Patrick takes it slow, does it the right way, he can put on a significant amount of size and not sacrifice his physique at all. And he did also post this picture today, which I believe is another current physique update, a front double bicep during the offseason, still hitting a vacuum pose. Still got that crazy small waist, and I think Patrick, I think it's smart of him to go back to the drawing board and try to put on this size. I think that is what Patrick needs to do to be more competitive when he does come back. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below when Patrick comes back. Do you think the size will do him any justice? Now, next up in Physique Update news, Chris Bumstead. So we got another Physique Update from Chris. This time he gives us another weight update. The last time we got a weight update from Chris, he was over 260. And in this picture, he says he's a little under 250, so he's getting closer and closer to his weight cap. I believe he falls in the 6'1" weight cap category for classic physique, so he's getting closer to that weight. If he's under 250, he's probably within 10 pounds or so of that classic physique weight cap. So he says a little under 250, been feeling pretty darn good. Think we're getting to that point in prep where all pictures posted have to be a week or two old. So this might not necessarily be a current physique update. It might be a week or two old, but he is looking pretty good. And I've seen Ian, his brother-in-law, make that comment on a couple of Chris's pictures, saying this was taken a couple weeks ago, this was taken a couple weeks ago, you should see how he looks now. So rather than 6 to 7 weeks, this could be 7 to 9 weeks out. And of course, this particular update is significant because it is a back shot, and of course the back is one of his heavily criticized poses and body parts. So again, I think it's a confidence thing when these guys show updates like that. Now, the final physique update that I've got for you guys today is Wesley Vissers, another classic physique update. Wesley, when you talk about someone putting on some size, Wesley is someone that I think has certainly been doing that during his offseason. And I think that's definitely reflective in this pose here. He showed off some back shots a couple days ago. His most recent physique update, though, one of his best shots, I think. His classic front double bicep with a vacuum pose. It really shows how crazy wide his shoulders are. And I think it shows off a lot of his strongest points here. So he does say in the caption, this was taken at 7 weeks out. So, of course, he is doing the Olympia as well. He is qualified. And I think this pose shows off his strongest points in the sense that I think his arms are a strong point for him, and you can get a really good look at how good his arms are. His lats from the front, I think, are really good for the illusion of that super wide upper body. Of course, small waist, vacuum pose, another strong point for Wesley. And I'm curious to see how he does it this year as Mr. Olympia. Personally, I want to see him crack the top 10, but we'll see what happens. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. A little bit of a quick one today. So please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet already. As always, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.